Fast forward, you come out our channel, so age politics avid. Podcast also training because making headlines. And now, a general need to be exomo, or need ma humbraxima, unia, young political highways. Now, a jadema, enya some potwakra. Lawyer Martin Kpebu, a private legal practitioner. Now, what me ana invitation, a OSP. It me invite no or na even some any PM a buy at this point in time, you mungram na any day, but that's so
And away from the Ghana Police Service, private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu has honored a second invitation by the Office of the Special Prosecutor following allegations of corruption made by him. He also expressed concern over the office's capacity to investigate persons who make corruption allegations against the OSP.
It all started when this interview with the Special Prosecutor, ČLÌSÌ, went viral.
We were powerless. We saw him leave, but we couldn't prevent him from leaving at the airport.
For private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu, who has time and again reiterated his resolve for the Special Prosecutor to be removed from office, those comments spoke to nothing but connivance.
The proof of it is in his connivance with Ken Ofori-Atta.
What's the evidence of the connivance you talk about?
That he himself, the statement, he says he watched Ken Ofori-Atta leave and look at all the places he was going to.
Speaking on TV3's Key Points, he further accused the Special Prosecutor of corruption.
The Office of Special Prosecutor has become a crime scene, okay? And I'm telling this to you on authority. Let's go conduct a poll in the OSP office today. You will see the myriad of allegations against ČLԻSԻ.
Well, following his allegations, the Special Prosecutor invited him to office for questioning, an invitation he promised to honor.
No, so I've received the letter. So they brought me a letter, like he himself has said in the interview, I should come on Tuesday afternoon. And I would be going. Why am I scared? I would not be scared at all. What I said, I still stand by it.
Well, I'm standing right here before the office of the Special Prosecutor, where private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu made entry a while ago. And after a while of questioning, this is what he had to say.
We've not yet reached that stage of providing the further and better particulars. There are a lot of legal steps we are trying to go through, so we are negotiating them step by step. My problem is not with the office should stay. I'm just saying that because ČLԻSԻ being sat, he said he got, not just that, he got the information that Ken Ofori-Atta was about to flee Ghana, and ČLԻSԻ didn't trust the Ghanaian people to help him by coming to give us the information as required by the preamble of the Constitution. He didn't get this simple constitutional law principle. And so with this, I just said, no. He can't stay in that office. He can't.
Judith Brown, TV3 News.
The presidency has, which is actually in a related development, the presidency has assured protesters of the Akroma demonstration of a swift response following their petition to remove the special prosecutor from office. The demonstration, which lasted 2 hours, also courted public sympathy to see the office of the special prosecutor as a duplication of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, which can effectively execute same mandate. George Queening followed the protesters and has come through with his report.
The Akroma form demonstration began from the Obrasporta Circle through some principal streets of Accra, including Ring Road, Asalam Down and Akweje Interchange. What was meant to be a one-man demonstration attracted other protesters to demand the removal of the special prosecutor ČLԻSԻ over what the group describes as his failure to fulfill his mandate. Apostle Abraham Labi Lincoln is the lead convener.
If it's not ready, we'll move ahead to another level. Me, I don't care. Listen, I staged a one-man demonstration. So me, I don't care about no more people that are coming over. I want to fulfill a mission, yes, and I fulfill it. Whenever I deliver my petition, I am done with what, and I'll come back again if I don't hear anything good news.
Some use the platform to champion their own agenda.
Won't you rather stay in the house rather than,
No. If today is war, I'm a mom. You get it? So when the good is coming, I have to be among.
What exactly are you protesting?
I want the president to continue the disability common fund. She increased it.
We asked some of the protesters whether they knew the reason for the protest.
Do you know what you're protesting?
So because there's some, you are leaving for some office place for one side. So this land need to come and talk something for this Ghanaian people, but no come.
The protesters arrived at the Jubilee House to present their petition. The petition was received by Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Shamima Muslim.
He is a president that believes in the rights of the citizens of Ghanaians, and he has assured that no citizen must feel fearful in their expression of their rights. And so we see your demonstration here today as a way of activating our constitution, and we are happy to receive your petition.
The petition has been received by the presidency, and according to the lead convener, Apostle Lincoln, if nothing is done about this very petition, he will come back again and protest until the right thing is done. George Quenin, TV3 News, Jubilee House, Accra.
Let's now go to the northern region, and there is mixed reaction among residents of the Kpandai constituency following a ruling by the Tamale High Court directing a rerun of the constituency's parliamentary election within 30 days. Christopher Mwako was in the area and has more.
The Kpandai constituency, with a voter population of 55,057, is one of 18 constituencies in the northern region. The Electoral Commission on December 8, 2024, declared New Patriotic Party's candidate Matu Nyindam as Member of Parliament-elect. However, on January 30, 2025, his opponent, Daniel Nsala Wakpal of the NDC, petitioned the Tamale High Court seeking an order to set aside the declared results following what the NDC described as inconsistencies and irregularities in 41 out of 152 polling stations. The Tamale High Court, presided over by His Lordship Emmanuel Brew Branch, on Monday, November 24, nullified the Kpandai parliamentary election results and ordered a rerun within 30 days.
It's over some 24 hours since the Tamale High Court ordered for a rerun of the Kpandai constituency parliamentary elections. Having visited the Kpandai constituency today, the atmosphere is serene and calm.
As a resident, I think they should forget it because they are going to waste resources and again put lives in risk. A lot of lives are around here. They don't know their left and right on elections and how it fits.
If you look at what happened 2024, 7 December, people actually endorsed Matthew to be our MP. People were thinking that after the verdict or the order of the court, they come to Kpandai, there will be confusion. No, you came to Kpandai, you see that there's no problem in Kpandai. Everybody is doing their work normal. It is the work of the courts, and those people decided to go to court. But the people who chose Matthew are still in Kpandai.
As a measure to ensure a peaceful atmosphere ahead of the rerun, the Kpandai District Security Committee has met over the matter.
The DASEC chairman, I am assuring the people of Kpandai that for now, to election and after election, the peace we are enjoying now, we will continue to enjoy that peace. This rerun will never bring disturbances in terms of peace in Kpandai District.
Meanwhile, lawyers for the embattled Member of Parliament for Kpandai, Matu Nyindam, have filed a motion for a stay of execution, challenging the decision of the Tamale High Court ordering a rerun of the parliamentary election.
Well, trust your election command center to bring you up to speed information regarding everything you need to know about the rerun of the Kpandai constituency parliamentary elections in the next 30 days. Christopher Mwako, TV3 News, Kpandai.
In more news this evening, the Ghana Armed Forces has completed the first phase of its 2025-2026 Greater Accra recruitment exercise with nearly 17,000 applicants successfully screened. The next stage is the examination where applicants' general knowledge will be tested. Joseph Armstrong, our defense correspondent, has more.
The screening process, which resumed on November 20, came to a successful end on Monday, November 24. The exercise was suspended for 1 week after a stampede at the Airwak Stadium claimed 6 lives and left several others injured. On the final day, the last batch of applicants went through document verification before moving to the body selection stage. Each applicant underwent thorough physical inspection. Those with double ear piercing or body drawings were immediately disqualified. Individuals who presented forged documents were handed over to the military police. In all, nearly 17,000 applicants in the Greater Accra region were screened in the first phase and are awaiting the next stage, the written examination. Captain Tay is with the Ghana Armed Forces Public Relations Department.
The applicants who have been shortlisted should expect text messages. These text messages will tell them where and when to go for the examination phase. Those who are tradesmen who applied as tradesmen will take a trade test based on the various skills that they have.
Joseph Armstrong, Good Alibu TV3, Accra.
Let's now go to the eastern region where the dismembered remains of a 40-year-old man has been discovered by a search party in the Bediasi stream at ČLÌSÌ in the Ibuakwa North municipality. A suspect has been arrested while an alleged accomplice is on the run.
The incident has left relatives and residents in a state of shock. According to the family, it's been more than 10 days since the disappearance of the deceased Samuel Kojo Yeboah. His disappearance was reported to the police by the family, but for days his whereabouts was still unknown. Unable to wait any longer, a search team of community members and relatives was deployed on Tuesday. They discovered the lower part of his body in the Bediasi stream before later relocating the upper part, all in a decomposed state. Family members have identified the remains, while a pathologist was invited to conduct investigations to determine the cause of death. The relatives are demanding justice served them.
Left
to me alone, the suspect should be left to us so that we deal with him as he dealt with our relative. But you have left him for the state to deal with him. He should die in prison.
The
ÇLԻSԻ to give us information on the whereabouts of the deceased clearly indicates he killed a relative. Ours is to go and bury our deceased. We leave the matter to the state to deal with. The deceased, a civilian employed by the military, was last seen in his hometown, ČLԻSԻ, on November 16th, after he reportedly left home for the suspect's residence to retrieve proceeds from an iPhone 6 belonging to his female friend. The suspect is currently in police custody, while his son, believed to be an accomplice, is on the run. Meanwhile, early on in the morning, some youth set ablaze houses belonging to the suspect. It took the swift intervention of the police and fire service to restore calm and prevent further violence.
Well, Graphic Business and Stanbic Bank have used their latest breakfast meeting to push for
Mr. Speaker, let me also use this opportunity in debating the budget, since I speak as the present Minister for Education, that there is some ongoing debate on restrictions on Muslim students in Wesley Girls, which conflicts with international human rights standards and even standard expected of us in Ghana's Constitution under Article 33(5) and 26(1) of the Constitution. And then to assure our colleagues that we have a duty to uphold the rights of every Ghanaian child and to uphold the rights of every Ghanaian citizen. No right is divisible, and that we will not countenance any action by any person to deny any Ghanaian girl the opportunity to profess or practice any religion. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court will soon have to determine a case pitting the rights of Muslim students against the religious identity of faith-based schools. The case, brought by private legal practitioner ČLÌSÌ, challenges Wesley Girls Senior High Schools and its policies on religious practices, sparking a national debate on freedom of religion. Judith Brown has more on this explainer.
A high-stakes constitutional battle is unfolding at Ghana's Supreme Court, one that sits at the crossroads of religious freedom, educational policy, and the identity of faith-based public schools. At the center of the suit is private legal practitioner ČLԻSÌ, who has dragged Wesley Girls Senior High School, the Ghana Education Service, the GES, as well as the Attorney General to court. His argument is simple but weighty, that Wesley Girls' long-standing policies prohibiting Muslim students from wearing the hijab, fasting during Ramadan, and observing certain Islamic practices breaches Ghana's constitutional guarantees of freedom of religion and rights. Usman's case paints the school's policies as discriminatory and unconstitutional. His core claims are that Muslim students are being unfairly targeted using Articles 21(1)(b) and 21(1)(c), which uphold freedom of religion, thought and conscience, Articles 26, which protects cultural and religious practices, and that public schools must remain neutral. In short, the plaintiff contends that constitutional freedoms cannot be set aside simply because a public school prefers a particular religious tradition. But the state sees it differently. Representing Wesley Girls Senior High School and the GES, the Attorney General argues that the school's Methodist foundation is not incidental. It's integral, and hence its rules, he says, must reflect that heritage. He also argues that faith-based schools must retain autonomy and that the restrictions are not arbitrary. And according to the Attorney General, compelling the school to abandon these rules would dilute its distinct religious mission. At its core, the case forces Ghana to confront a delicate constitutional puzzle. Can a faith-based public school enforce religiously inspired rules if those rules conflict with students' freedoms? Well, critics of the Attorney General's argument insist that once a school accepts public funding and authority, it must place constitutional rights above denominational doctrine. Others argue that faith-based schools have the right to maintain their identity even within the public system. While in the end, the Supreme Court's verdict, whenever it may come, may reshape the landscape of religious expression in Ghana's public school and redefine how faith and constitutional rights coexist within educational institutions. Judith Brown, TV3 News.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference and the Christian Council of Ghana have jointly reaffirmed their resolve to preserve the Christian identity and ethos of mission schools amid growing national debate over whether non-Christian students, especially Muslims, should be allowed to fully practice their faith in these institutions. The two bodies argue the mission schools were founded, built and nurtured by the churches long before the establishment of the modern state, and that government support represents a partnership, not ownership, of these institutions. They maintain that because attendance is voluntary, parents who choose these schools do so knowing they operate within a Christian worldview, and that introducing parallel religious systems would undermine the discipline, unity and moral formation that have defined their long-standing educational success.
Staying on education matters, the Minister for Education is appealing to members of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CETAG, to call off their ongoing strike. According to the Minister, government is working to address their concerns and expects a resolution within the next 2 weeks. But CETAG's National President, Maxwell Bunu, says that the association cannot take any decisions until its leadership consults the general membership.
We are negotiating. There were issues that the National Labour Commission made declaration and award in their favor that has not been respected by government since 2022. We'll see how we can remedy the situation, but I've also requested them to go and
we ain't semahoro itimi so channel no so amana wase asene so body and adom bi adom yani besan ba wram na yasum yi pa